Hello everyone, nubkeks here. Welcome back to Nub Raids, where Christmas has come early. We have two really cool buffs to, I think, two very cool champions in the game, if you'll excuse the icy pun. But yeah, Sir Nicholas and Gliseah Soulguide are getting buffed, and the Sir Nicholas buff in particular is kind of insane. Hey folks, the winter season brings a chilling wind, and with it, a fitting round of rebalances. Today we're introducing upcoming changes for Sir Nicholas and Gliseah Soulguide. But first up is Sir Nick, the one and only. For a while, he struggled to keep pace when paired with Lady Noel. We're adding a new touch to his kit, preserving his nature as a hybrid damage dealer and defender, while strengthening his synergy with Lady Noel. Lady Noel? Wait, Lady Noel? Who's Lady Noel? What? Lady Noel? Oh my god! I tell you, I've been watching the easy watching program has been Great British Bake Off. So I'm just picturing with Noel's face instead. Oh my god. Oh lord. Lady Noel. Okay, well, Lady Noel, something we know is long overdue. Yeah, look, they were talking about this, last year, this time last year, actually, when Lady Noel was added as the fusion, and we're like thinking, gosh, we really want a buff for Sir Nicholas to go alongside it. It's a year later, but it is here, and it is crazy. It is crazy. So first of all, he has a passive now. Winter's Warden. He had no passive before. He now has a passive. Enemy ignore defense effects used against allies under shield buffs are decreased by 30%. Enemy ignore defense effects used against Lady Noel while she's under shield buff are decreased by 60%. Whoo, that is bonkers. That is crazy. So he obviously provides a shield, and it's even better now, by the way. He provides a shield on his A2. He's going to make your entire team way tankier when you've got a shield, particularly in PvP. And Lady Noel, especially, is going to be even tankier. Now, in a sense, it's not absolutely insane. Maybe not as insane as it sounds, simply because you're unkillable so often when Noel is there. It's not as important, but it does mean for any gaps where your unkillable falls off, it's much more likely you're going to be at very high health, especially when we combine it with the rest of his kit. So that is super juicy, super crazy. Let's go to his A3. Actually, let's go to A2. Let's go to the A3. Go to the A3. So his A3 before is this unkillable. Unkillable for 2 turns, continuous heal for 2 turns. This is sort of what makes him actually good. The reason that he was actually good, though, is because of Lady Noel. She automatically will cast her A2. It auto-targets Sir Nicholas if he's on the team and alive. And it activates his A3 for free. This has a 3-turn cooldown on Noel. So Noel, when she's paired up with Sir Nicholas, basically becomes the best unkillable champion in the game. She is spamming unkillable like crazy. Now it has been massively improved, though. So you still get unkillable and a continuous heal buff for 2 turns. You also get counterattack for Sir Nicholas for 2 turns, and his A1 has been buffed. And if Lady Noel is on the same team, it also puts taunt on Sir Nick for 2 turns. Bro, so Sir Nicholas comes in. Every 3 turns, Noel is casting her move on him and giving the entire team unkillable continuous heal and giving Sir Nick unkillable continuous heal, counterattack, and taunt. It's really good, but we come to his A1, the Boreal Blade. Before, this used to be a 50-50. I think it just gets damage. Maybe I'm wrong on that. Yeah, it just gets damage from books, okay? This used to be a 50% chance to freeze that couldn't be resisted. Now it is a 65% chance to freeze that can't be resisted. If Noel is on the same team... Sorry, I'm back. Slight interruption. Phone call. Car troubles. Oh, c'est la vie. What was I saying? If Lady Noel is on the same team, 100% chance to freeze, and it can't be blocked or resisted. That is bonkers. So him with Lady Noel, he's making her way tankier, but she is coming in. He gets a taunt, so enemies are basically forced to target him, and he's going to be counterattacking with 100%, with not 65, with 100% chances to place an unblockable, an irresistible freeze. Like, that is just crazy. Now, obviously, So I mean, back in the day, we used to talk about the problem in Arena. It'd be like, oh, terrible for polymorph. Oh, the old polymorph's gonna get them. That's not really a thing anymore, though, because the new thing is the wand of submission, which is why polymorph is not so great. Because like a fully upgrade, I mean, even a 4-star wand is a 40% chance that if you polymorph them, they get polymorphed instead of you. Haha, suck it. You can have it up to a 50% chance, but it works against freeze as well. Wand of Submission is super common in Arena. It's fairly likely that he's just going to keep freezing himself. There's a pretty darn good chance he's going to get it just wanded back. But obviously, it's one of those things where, like we talk for ages, for so long. It's like, oh, polymorph has ruined this champion. They're never going to be viable. And then polymorph, there's more counters and it's not anywhere near as common as it was before. I do think with Wand of Submission, as people start getting more mythical relics, that will start to fall off a bit. Because you're like, ooh, I really want that main stat speed mythical relic, or I want the damage on my damage dealer. So yeah, we'll see, but there's definitely, it's a problem with all the freeze champions. They just get frozen right back. But I mean, it's a massive upgrade. His A2 then is an AoE attack. It always was. It now ignores 30% defense if Lady Noel's on the same team. That is a juicy damage upgrade. The damage multiplier has gone up by default. It is very important that this hits hard because the damage of the value of the shield is equal to the damage that he does. So this damage boost from just the baseline damage boost is great. And then that massive 30% ignore defense if she is there is even better. And now it gives you a strengthen buff as well as a shield. So my God, what a whopping buff to this character. It's absolutely massive. So yeah, the A3, which he can cast super often if Noel is there, is now giving him let's assume Noel is there. He's getting counterattack and taunt on the A3. His A1 is now freezing like crazy. His A2 now hits way harder for a bigger shield and gives strengthen. And while that shield persists, he's really nerfing ignore defense effects on the enemy team. And even more for Lady Noel, so she's going to be even tankier. It's a whopping buff. If you don't have Noel, it's still good, but not as crazy. So he still gets counterattack, but it's not as strong of a chance to freeze. He won't ignore defense here, but he still gets strength and he still gets a damage increase as well. So it's still good, and he still gets the ignore defense effects are weaker for allies under shield. So he's still pretty good without her, but he really becomes crazy when he's with her. So it's an insane buff. Now, funny enough, you might be thinking, gosh, wow, they're going to crush Grim Forest together, right? Not quite. Well, yes, they would, but it's quite difficult to get them together on a team. You have to draw both of them from your deck. So certainly on hard difficulty, where you've got quite big decks, it actually becomes somewhat unlikely to draw the two of them together for the harder stages, it seems like. So any of these duo champions or faction unity or anything like that, anyone who relies on somebody else, does seem to be quite a bit weaker, actually, for the Grim Forest, unfortunately. But I think he's going to be very juicy for Arena. And by the way, my favorite way to build Sir Nick, I actually use him already. I think he was a underpowered champion, but he was made good because of Noel, because he made her so much better. He's very viable. I'm a huge fan of the 9-piece protection Sir Nicholas. I think it's definitely the way to go. So it gives him a 75% chance to place protected buffs. That is so strong because he's putting up unkillable, right? That protected unkillable can be very, very difficult for people to deal with. But it also does 5% more damage for every buff. I mean, it's kind of legit. The dude's going to be giving himself 4 buffs. He gives himself 4 buffs on the A3. So when he's counterattacking, he's going to be doing 20% more damage just from his protection set. It's actually super legit. On top of protecting everything, if he gives himself strengthen and shield, he can give himself 6 buffs. 6 buffs for himself. And you could have them all protected, potentially, if you're lucky. That's a 30% damage boost to himself. Just from the protection 9-piece bonus is really nice. Now, obviously, it's very difficult to get a 9-piece protection build like this, but I think he becomes really, really sweet. Actually, he's sick. He's so good with that. So yeah, I'm very excited. Funny enough, if I go to... Where's my tier list over here? My checkpoint, go away. My checkpoint, I tried the checkpoint thing, didn't work. I have Sir Nicholas up in the A tier. Again, not because he is on his own. I'd be saying on his own, he's probably like a B tier champion. He was pretty he's pretty average. Very, very average. You know, he's okay. He's giving you the unkillable, bit of healing, but nothing special whatsoever. And poor damage, nothing special. B tier on his own. But with Lady Noel, like she's up in the S tier and he's sort of enabling her to be extremely good. So I sort of averaged him out at A tier overall. I think he's definitely like A plus, possibly contending with S tier. Like at this point, like definitely A plus. Probably I wouldn't put him up into the S maybe directly, just because he is quite reliant on being combined with Lady Noel, so you can ban them out in Live Arena and whatnot. But he's hecka good, hella good. What a buff! Even Lady Noel calls him daddy now. Yes, he's insane. Crazy buff. Let's look at Gliseah Soulguide. Gliseah, I don't have her, but I think she's visually one of the coolest champs in the game. Like, she looks freaking awesome. Like, wow, you see this champion? Like, if she was a mythical, you'd be like, holy crap, this mythical looks amazing. Wow. The problem is that she's just not very good. She is just really not good. I think, by the way, for her, I'm guessing I put her into B. Where's Sacred Order here? Where is Sacred Order? I should probably put the factions are, I think, in maybe alphabetical order. Maybe I put her even lower. Yeah, maybe I put her in like C plus. Yeah, I did. C plus. Oh gosh, I was very harsh on Gliseah, but I think it was warranted. She's actually kind of rubbish. But she's received a huge buff. What did they say about it? Gliseah. Staying true to the winter theme, our next improvement focuses on the frost-bound Gliseah. The odds have been stacked against her, especially in PvP, but we believe she deserves a second chance. With enhanced crowd control abilities and stronger debuffing tools, she'll stand her ground even against Lord Fabian himself. So yeah, her whole deal is like anti-lockout, but she just wasn't very good at it. She wasn't very good at anti-lockout. There's more ways now to fight against lockout with like chronophage. Lockout is still pretty darn common because of Fabian, but it's also not as prevalent as it was before, because a lot of mythicals don't care about being locked out because they want to swap forms anyway. So yeah, Gliseah was in a rough spot where just not that reliable, but she's seeing a pretty big buff. So her passive has been changed. So still her skills can't be put on cooldown. Whenever an enemy tries to put her or the allies on cooldown, she will place a freeze. Okay. The freeze cannot be blocked or resisted. Okay, that isn't new. That was there already. Okay. Okay, cool. So she does an unblockable, irresistible freeze when someone tries to lock her out. Cool. Also has a 50% chance of denying the cooldown increase effect, which is for others on allies. She's obviously immune. But the chance increases by 25% for each enemy under freeze. So if there are 2 frozen enemies, she will have a 100% chance to stop your ally being frozen. That's pretty interesting. I wonder what the order is here. Does she freeze the enemy that's trying to lock them out? What? Why are you talking? Go away. Oh my god. It's Gemini. My phone just sometimes, it's kind of creepy. Got a bloody Chinese phone. That thing's always listening. Oh my lord. What was I saying? Yeah, so let's say they try to lock you out. None of them are frozen. Does it freeze them straight away? And then, hey, you've got a 75% chance for your ally, like, I don't know, your Thor, not to be locked out. Maybe. Or does the freeze trigger after they've locked them out? I don't know what the order of operations is. That could be pretty interesting, though, and definitely if you combine her with other freeze champions and stuff. Okay. That will either work very well with the passive or not be that useful. I think it's really going to depend. Do you get the extra 25% chance from freezing them or not? Whenever an enemy tries to put either this champion's skills or an ally skills on cooldown, this is brand new, activates an instant turn effect on this champion once per turn. I mean, once per turn is fine. She's getting an instant turn. Like, that's fine. Great. That's insane. So, yeah, way stronger against lockout now. So, number 1, she is denying the lockout anyway. But number 2, more importantly, she gets an instant turn. She could just cut right in and start disrupting the enemy team. Her A3... block debuffs on all allies for 2 turns. That's upgraded to a 75% chance to freeze all enemies. It used to be 60. I think it does improve with books. It does. An extra 20% from books. Kind of weird. I wonder if they're going to upgrade that. I wonder if they're going to upgrade that to be 100%. Because as it is, it does seem like it'd be 95%, which kind of feels bad, to be honest. I'm gonna guess it's probably they'll upgrade the books as well. I don't know for sure. I'm guessing they'll upgrade the books to make it 100%. It is a 4-turn cooldown, so that wouldn't be too outrageous. but yeah, okay. So let's assume it's now a 100% chance to freeze instead of 80%. So it's more reliable. That seems fair. Plus the block debuffs. Now, it used to fill her turn meter for every freeze placed by the skill. Now, it fills the turn meters of all allies by 15% and an additional 5% for every freeze debuff placed by this skill. Now, that is so cool. So their Fabian tries to come in and lock you out. Potentially, you deny the lockout. You get an instant turn straight away. Give your whole team block debuffs and potentially freeze them. And then turn meter boost your whole team. Potentially, it could be a really strong turn meter boost. Like, if they have people not under Stone Skin, right? If you freeze 4 enemies, that's an additional 20%. That's a 35% turn meter boost. In Faction Wars, if there's 5 enemies, or Grim Forest, if there's 5 enemies, it's a 40% turn meter boost. That's whopping mad. That's pretty interesting. Yeah. I mean, even if you're freezing 1 or 2 enemies, it's a really, really juicy turn meter boost. So that's very cool. Cut in, give your team block debuffs, freeze the enemy, and give your whole team a turn meter boost. Very nice. Her A2 used to be an AoE attack that did weaken and then would steal 1 random buff from each enemy under freeze. Oh, wow. What a buff to this. Now it attacks all enemies, just steals all buffs from everybody. Crazy good. And then places weaken. I'm guessing, again, the order of operations here, like if they had block debuffs or stone skin or whatever, that you would steal them and then place weaken after. So that's much more, that probably works far better. I don't know for sure if that's how it works. It does read that way, that the steal would happen and then they place the weaken afterwards. That's good. But yeah, what an upgrade from 1 random buff from frozen enemies. Like, how often does that happen? So rarely, to just steal everything from everyone. That's so much better. Again, that's really good. They try lock you out. You come in, you try steal all their buffs. Pretty juicy as well. And the A1, does that get any books? They used to get 20% books, so it would be a 50% chance to freeze. So that's been improved. That's Sir Nicholas, hang on. So it's gone from a 30 up to 50% chance to freeze, from a 50 up to 70%. They might improve the books there. I wouldn't be surprised if they left it at 70%. It's pretty good for an A1, to be honest. So let's say a 70% chance to freeze on the A1. Debuff spread, taking all debuffs now and putting them on all enemies under freeze. Wow, it used to be 1 random debuff. Huge buff there. So 70% chance to freeze, and then spread all debuffs to all frozen enemies instead of 1 random debuff to frozen enemies. So much better as well. It's so much better. So yeah, Gliseah, it's a really nice buff. It's actually really good. She's super solid now. Really solid. Yeah, I like it. I like it. She's probably like, I don't know. In terms of vibes, she's definitely way above C+, way above B. She's probably, I'd be feeling like B+ to A territory, somewhere around there. I'll have to test her out and see for sure. Like, B+ is pretty good by how I'm measuring champions. Like, you got champions in there like Kreela. We've got Jingwan in there. It's pretty good. Elatron Blade Master. That's sort of my rough rankings. So, like, it's pretty good. Yeah, I think she's going to be very solid, though. So, yeah, if the enemy picks a lockout champion, here you go. You've got yourself a really nice counter. She's immune. She can still protect your team. Like, it's great. They try lock you out. She can't be locked out. Give your cut in. That's so strong. Instant turn. Block debuffs on everyone to protect them. AoE freeze. Turn meter boost your team. Try get back in the fight. Or alternatively, come in and steal all their buffs. It's pretty juicy. She will combo pretty well. Somewhat well, actually, with other freeze champions. It will make that passive stronger. It makes her A1 stronger. So it should be pretty good with other freezers. Should be, yeah, really nice for Faction Wars as well. And any sort of wave content now. Yeah, got people really didn't like her. I think it's good. She deserves to be super cool. I mean, honestly, she should really be. How cool she is. I mean, you can only make a Force legendary so strong, really. Like, you know, Void legendary should be better. Mythical should be better. It's a pity that she's not a Void legendary or mythical, honestly. But she's a very, very good normal legendary right now. So there you go. Gliseah and Sir Nick both have received massive buffs. I am very excited for Sir Nick because I have him. I've been using him loads. I use Sir Nick all the time. He's in like my tag teams. I use him in tag team arena. I use him in Siege all the time. he's going to be super Giga Chad now. So I'm loving it. Him plus Lady Noel is going to be real, real good. That's great. And yeah, I'm delighted to see Gliseah get buffed too. She really deserved it for such a cool champion with an interesting niche of that anti-lockout thing. It's great to see her get much better. So it's like, oh, freezes, anti-lockout, protect your team, steal buffs, pretty cool. So I don't have her, but I'd love to get her. I wonder, they could drop her in as like a guaranteed champion over Christmas. Like they could do it. And she'd be worth getting now, I think. She definitely would be worth getting because it's pretty unique, pretty cool niche to fulfill. I don't know. There we go. Let me know what you think about those two rebalances. Are you as excited as I am? I think they're two of the better ones we've got. So it's a really nice little double whammy here. And I love the Christmas theme as well. All the frost and stuff. It's very appropriate for December. So I mean, would love to see more, obviously, right? You know, throw in a couple of epics or something. Why not? Let's just go crazy. But, you know, always want to see more rebalances. But honestly, for Plarium, at the same time, do more, but fair play. I think you've done a really good job at the two of these. But you guys let me know if you agree or disagree. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. And I'll obviously probably give you a showcase for sure. I mean, you're going to see Sir Nick in all my Siege videos anyway. You're going to see loads of him. You can count on that. But yeah, we might do a bit of a showcase of these as well pretty quick. So let me know if you want to see that too. And I'll see you next time. Goodbye.